I am here with Sabah Homasi fighting Levan Chokheli at Bellator 299, September 23rd, Dublin, Ireland. This is going to be a big one. Sabah, how's everything going ahead of this one?
Going great, man. This is I made some changes and wish I would have done it a long time ago. So I feel great. I'm ready to go.
Well, I think that's a good jumping off point right there. You say you made some changes. I was going to ask you about the last performance, if you had any takeaways. So what have you changed up? What's different these days?
Um, well, last performance it was in I was in shape. I was ready for that one, but I had a little something come up a week before the fight. I was hospitalized. A lot of people don't know exactly what happened, but me having more balls and brains, I fucking stayed in the fight and it ended up biting me in the ass. But that's something that I'll surface after the fight. But what I did different this camp is, I cut out alcohol. Uh, what are we at now? I'm over 3 months now, and typically in my prior fights, I would cut out liquor and beer 8 weeks out from the fight, and I would only drink red wine. But at the end of the day, I'm still consuming alcohol. You know, I'm not having a glass. Some days I'll have a glass, two glasses, and then other days I'll have a bottle, two bottles of wine, and that's what's going to affect you in the long run. So this camp, as soon as I got whiff of the fight, cut it out completely, and I'm sleeping better, mental clarity. I mean, the benefits are just unreal, and I'm just mad at myself for not doing this sooner.
Is this, I know you're talking about camp here, but is this something you see as a lifestyle change long term going forward?
Absolutely. It's of course, everyone likes to go out with their friends, have a good time, have a couple drinks. My problem is I'll always those nights. It's like it's not like I do it every night. I save it for the weekends, and I'll go meet up with my friends, and we have a crazy night. And I'm not 21, 25 years old anymore, so it's like if I do go out and I have a night and I get drunk, now I need like fucking 2 days to recover. So this is now in the future is there's got to be a reason for me to go out and drink. So celebrating something, a birthday, whatever it is, social gatherings, I can go have a couple of drinks, hang out. But for me to like go out, like out and have a night like that, there's got to be a special occasion for that.
Well, sounds like you're in a good place heading into this one. Um, I want to talk a little about the locale here because I took a look at your record. This is the first time you're fighting outside of the U.S. So, first of all, when did you head over to Ireland?
I leave Friday.
Friday. Is this something you're looking forward to? Is the travel a concern at all for you?
No, absolutely not. It doesn't matter where the fuck. I can go anywhere. Doesn't Fight's a fight. Just because we're fighting in another country doesn't it's not going to change anything. That's why I'm going out early. I want to adjust to the time change, and I'll be fine.
And
I
that's what I
already
was.
flew one time with one of my teammates back in 2015. He fought in Russia, and I flew with him. So it's nothing that I think it's all like a mental thing with fighters. It's like it shouldn't affect you. Just if there is a time change, I recommend going out early. Going out early, adjust to that time change, and then you're going to be fine.
That's what I was going to ask you. Actually, was kind of the time change, the complication there. So yeah, going out early, acclimatizing, and I guess the other factor is, Dublin is known for some noisy crowds, some boisterous crowds. You're not fighting necessarily a local guy. Levan's not an Irish guy. So do you feel this is a case where you can kind of win those fans over, get them behind you?
I mean, my absolutely. I believe my fighting style draws those type of fans. The crazy, rowdy ones, and I mean that's why people watch the sport. I go out there, I put on a performance, and it's killer be killed with me. I either leave with my shield or I'm on it.
Well, it's absolutely why you've become a fan favorite. Let's talk a little bit about the fight. there's been a bit of a Georgian wave in MMA in recent years. Levan obviously is a Georgian fighter coming in, but what do you make of his skill set, and what are you expecting to see from him in this fight?
Nothing that I haven't seen. He's a young fighter, talented. He's a tough guy. I don't believe that there aren't any tough guys in the sport. You're not going to make it if you're not tough. So I know he's tough, and I know he's coming to put on a great performance himself. But I think what the factor is going to be here is experience. I have a lot more experience. I think I'm better than him everywhere. Striking, wrestling, grappling, all of it, But he throws big punches, and I just gotta, as long as I'm on my game and I don't get lazy and get hit with no big shots, I'll be fine.
You talk about experience. Obviously, you've got a great team behind you as well, repping the AT shirt right now. What's it like having that kind of group behind you?
Oh man, it's amazing. It truly is. It's an honor to be a part of that team, And when I joined them back in 2008, when I started off, I was at a different gym. I was up in Detroit, training at Cooper's gym. And long story short, had a lot of time to think to myself, and I realized if I wanted to take this serious and pursue this as a career, then I needed to go to a place where I knew I can grow and become one of the best fighters. And American Top Team was it. So I moved back down to South Florida and joined American Top Team in 2008. And I've never looked back. Don't have. It never crossed my mind once to even think, okay, I'm going to go to another gym and train or any of that. There's no need for that. We have all the coaches, the greatest coaches. We got the great training partners. This is where I'll be.
Well, good stuff. Does it blow you away ever the level of talent in that gym? Like you got the Masvidals and the Poiriers and the Kayla Harrisons of the world. Like you've got so much talent in one spot.
A lot of talent, man. A lot of talent. And then you also got these young kids that are coming up, You got a lot of young kids. These the future of the sport. These kids are going to be ninjas. So it's just you never stop growing. You can never stop learning. You're always learning something every day. And when that day comes where you think that you can't learn anything new or you can't improve, that's where it goes downhill for you, because there's to grow. There's always something to learn.
Absolutely. Lifelong student is the way to go. I want to talk about the future, in particular your future. Bellator is in kind of a weird spot right now, so this might be a tough question. It's not a fun one when you're talking about maybe the promotion's gonna sell or whatever, because you got people's jobs on the line, both fighters and behind the scenes. But in terms of your goals for the next year or so, I mean, what are you looking at? Where do you want to be a year from now?
You know, where I want to be is obviously, with this whole thing happening with PFL and Bellator, it kind of puts a halt on things. I don't know what's happening. No one knows what's happening. We're kind of in limbo right now. And it's scary. It's a little bit nerve wracking and stuff. But as of right now, I'm not worried about what's happening with that. I'm focusing on my fight and only my fight. After the fight, then I could sit down and be like, okay, we could see what's happening next. But until then, I don't like to worry. I don't need any distractions. I don't need to think about or even waste any energy on thinking about what's next, what's going to happen next from here. Who am I going to fight next? Because as of right now, there's so many rumors going around. Who knows what's going to happen? Who knows?
Absolutely.
So
Well,
I'm just happy that I have this fight coming up. Most important thing is I go in and I secure this win, and we can move forward from there.
sounds good. Well, I'm gonna leave things there with one last question for you, and I really appreciate the time again today. Getting back to this fight, just give me a prediction. How do you see this playing out on September 23rd?
My prediction is I'm winning by knockout or submission, either or, whatever he gives me. I don't go hunting for anything. I don't go looking for something, but the opportunity will arise.
and you will absolutely take it. Sabah Homasi, thank you very much for the time today. Best of luck in the fight.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Have a good one.